What you're looking at here is the Intelli-Cut 530D from Intelli-Zone. Now this is a stack paper cutter. It's designed to cut large stacks of paper. In this case it cuts up to 1.5 inches of paper. The 530D is the digital version of the 530. Over here in the corner it has an LCD backlit measuring device. Now this is available in a manual version as well as the Intelli-Cut 530M. The only difference is that it doesn't have this digital display. Instead it has a traditional ruler on the side back here and a little arrow on the backstop where you can make those adjustments. The Intelli-Cut 530D and the 530M are very similar in both appearance and operation to the MBM Triumph 4305. In fact, the cutting specifications are almost the same. They both have 1.5 inch cutting capacity. This one has a 17-inch cutting width, whereas the MBM Triumph has a 16 7/8 inch cutting width, so very similar. The length, the width, the height of the machines are practically the same. So for the sake of the demonstration, I have set this digital display here on the side to inches. Out of the box it's set to millimeters, it can be set to centimeters, and it can be set to inches. So in this case I'm cutting an 8.5 by 11 half-inch stack of paper, and because it's digital I can get that dialed right in. So right now it's at 5.5 inches. So before the cutting blade can actually come down, the safety plexiglass cover has to be all the way down, and that's just to keep your fingers from accidentally getting in there, and it helps to prevent personal injury. So now that safety guard is down, you can't access anything inside the machine. There's a little lever here that you have to lift up. Lift that up and it brings the blade down. Paper clamp here on the back, make sure that's engaged before you bring the paper cutting blade all the way down. It's extremely easy, very little pressure needed. Once you're done cutting, just lift that back up. I have very precisely and accurately cut an 11-inch stack right in half. The 530D that you see right here is currently sitting on an optional stand. The stand has been designed and tailored to fit this paper cutter so that you can use this out on the floor. But if you don't want to buy the optional stand, you don't have to. This can be put on a table or on a counter. Okay, I'd like to show you the cutting line. And right now it's shining, it's pretty easy to see because it's shining across the white paper. But that laser line is basically showing you exactly where that blade is going to come down. So if you've pulled something off a printing press, you think you have the measurements right, but you're not entirely sure if it's going to cut exactly where you wanted it, you can look at that laser line and see if that blade is going to come down where you want it. And if it's not, then you can make the necessary adjustments. It does include a blade replacement tool. You just take a couple of screws off the front of the cover here, it slides off, and then you can put this into the blade, screw it in, and it's designed so that you can safely remove the blade without injuring yourself. You can then pull that blade off, go take it to be resharpened, or you can, if you have a backup blade, put the backup blade on there. And one thing I really like about this versus the old stack paper cutters is that the cutting stick, which is this red bar in here, is much easier to remove than they used to be. They actually pull out of the side now, so you just lift this up, and you just grab that, and it just pulls out of the side. So there you have it, the Intelli-Cut 530D stack paper cutter. Again, with the digital display, 530M does not have it. Very similar to the MBM 4305. This is extremely affordable. It's definitely within the budget of most people who are looking for a stack paper cutter that is designed for daily use. This stack paper cutter is excellent for light to medium volume paper cutting jobs, and I personally recommend it.